Hello everybody, it is Pam here with Tattered Paper and Lace, and I am here today for the December Ember prompt, and I believe today is the 5th prompt, and we're on December the 11th. So let me show you what the prompt is for today. It is Halloween meets Christmas. So that is what is our prompt for today. So what I have here is my pieces, and there's a few things that I will be doing, but I'll lay it out and show you basically what I'm doing. I am doing this again on some Tim Holtz paper, which is what I'm using in my little 3-ring binder that I'm going to keep these in. And I have this piece of brick pattern. If you can see that, my lighting is not that good today, but hopefully you can see that. So we have some red brick pattern, and I'm using just an old ink pad that's what's it called? It's from Colorbox, and it looks the shape of an eye, and I use that. It's kind of drying out, so I just use this until it gets too old to use. I dip it in. I'm using black soot on this. This has a little bit of black on it still, and I use it sometimes without dipping it in the ink, but I am wanting to age this up just a little bit. So let me see if I can get a little bit of black soot along the edges here without getting it all over everything else. Let me use my, I don't have anything. Okay, here, let me use this. My lovely ink splotched paper here. This is what I do this kind of thing on. And I just want to make it look kind of, older. Didn't look quite vintage and aged enough for me. Okay, so that is what I'm doing there. Just put a little black on it to give it a little age. So I'll lay those aside and take this off. And this is going to go right here, basically in the middle. And so we've got Halloween meets Christmas. And so what I thought, I thought about this, and I'm going, I like Halloween, and I have Halloween stuff, but what do I want this to look like? Because I don't want it to be scary, but I want it to be obviously Halloween. So I thought about it, and then the thought came to me about A Christmas Carol. And A Christmas Carol is obviously Marley is a ghost. The very beginning of the movie. So instead of doing a scary kind of ghost like Marley is, I decided to do ghosts, but I'm doing it in a little bit different way. So what I have here, this is a little piece of wrapping paper. I need to make this. I want to make this a little. Well, no, that's probably about right. Never mind. So this is an image from wrapping paper, and it is Santa in his workshop. And we're looking through the window. And it had, let's see if I can find it. It had green around it. So the wrapping paper was this repeated all over, and it said "Believe" above here. And it was on a green background. So I am going to put it on this red brick right here, and hoping that that will look like Santa's workshop brick building, and we're looking in the window at his workshop. And for the roof, I have this corrugated piece of cardboard that is in a triangle. It's rough cut along the bottom. Actually, it's torn along the bottom, which I'm going to leave it that way. And that is going to be my roof on Santa's workshop. Now, I need to do a little bit to it because, for one, I'm going to use my black ink again. I want to make the ridges a little bit more visible. So I'm just going to rub lightly over it with the remnants of my ink pad and just make that a little bit more distinct that it is ridges. Kind of like, I don't know, a tile roof or something. So that's that. Now, I also, if you will notice on the window, there is snow on the window panes. So I think there needs to be a little snow on the roof. So I am going to use my texture paste. And I have had to put my texture paste, here's what it is, and this is not the texture paste bottle or jar that it was in, because I had to switch it over, because the jar I had it in, which was the texture paste jar, it was getting dry. So I needed to wet it a little bit more, and then I put it in a bottle or a jar. It's actually a cosmetic jar or a cream, face cream jar, that had better sealing properties than the texture paste jar. So I put it over in that, and that seems to be working well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some snow on the roof. And I may do some along the top, because they didn't do snow along the top of the window, even though there's snow on the window pane. So I may do a little bit up there too. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I'm going to start off with the roof, because there needs to be a little snow on the roof up here. So I'm going to, and this is going to mostly be on the ridges, because I think that's where it would hang. Kind of like, I don't know if that's where it'd hang or not, but that's where I'm putting it. But I'm just going to put I'm doing it with a stippling brush. It's not going to be very heavy. I just want a little bit of a suggestion that there is snow up here. And so I'm going to do that, and I'm doing this now so it can be drying while I do other things, and then we'll do some other things to get ready for my completed project here. I've been working on my Christmas cards. I am just about done with them. I had quite a few. We hardly ever get any Christmas cards anymore. I used to send out 80 Christmas cards, and I would get about that many back, and now I am only sending out about I don't know, I think we did almost 40 Christmas cards, which is half the number we used to do. Okay, so now I'm going to let that's my snow on my roof. I'm going to lay that aside to dry and close my paste back up, because I think I'll do it around the window in a minute if I decide to do that. I'm not going to do it that right this minute, because I'm not sure if I want to. But we'll move on to the next thing, and I'm going to just let my brush hang out right here over to the side. I think it'll basically be all right. I could put a little water on it. Let me do that. I just sprayed a little water on the end just so that it stays a little more wet. And what I will do next, because let me kind of show you what I want to do. So here are my ghosts. And I got these from the internet. Here are my ghosts. I've got 3 ghosts that are going to be hanging out with Santa here. And one of these, this one, is going to be he'll be partially on the roof, and this is just copy paper. So I need to put it on a heavier weight paper so that it will glue. I'm looking for my glue. So it will show the ridges so much. So let me do that and cut him out. I've cut him out once. I'll have to cut him out again. So let me get this on here, glue it on my cardstock. And this is not that heavy a cardstock, but I just thought it would be a little bit better to do it on something heavier than just the copy paper. So that is what I'm doing. Anyway, so I did my Christmas cards, most of them, got them all addressed, all by hand. My husband helps me. He puts on the label, the return label, and he does the stamp, and then I address them and write the sentiment in the card, and then he closes them up. So we have a system, and it works very well. But we've been working on it a while, and I'm kind of worn out from that, but I'm good. So I'm going to cut this guy out. Let me just rough cut first. So I'm going to cut him out, and I like to use big scissors when I'm cutting out most things because I like having the longer blade to cut around something. Now, I don't know, I may have to go maybe just a tiny bit on the edges with a little bit of the black ink because I'm not sure these are going to show up as much as I might want them to. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to wait and see what it looks like, and then we can decide. So you tell me when you see them what you think I should do and holler loud so I can hear you over the waves, the airwaves. Otherwise, I won't know what you're saying. So I appreciate you all coming along and watching, and hopefully you'll comment and let me know what you think about this project when I'm done. So I'm just fussy cutting along here. This is an easy thing to fussy cut because, well, it's not a lot of dips and curves. And this is the only one I'm going to do. The others are not going to be on anything that will make it be bumpy. So this is the only one I'm planning on doing this way. So there. So there he is. And in the meantime, hopefully, ooh, I just laid my scissors on top of my roof with the wet snow. Okay, so here is this guy. Let me get my little roller here and roll out the glue a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now the window's going to be here about like this. And this is going to sit at the bottom. And this is going to go up here with my roof up here. So it'll be on top of the roof. And I've got to position it so that it misses my hole for the rings right here. So he's going to be like this, looking down on Santa. And then I have this little guy, which there's a little section I need to cut out. I have this little guy that's going to be looking around the corner. And he's got to go low enough to miss the punch out right there for the rings. I've got this little section to cut out right here. And then this little guy, oh, and for added Christmassy effect, I'm going to put this wreath right here like it is hanging on the window outside. I need to move that up just a smidgen. He's going to be this, and then this ghost, I'm going to have to do a little altering to him because I want him to be right here, but I also want him to be holding the candle straight, and he would have to do like this for the candle to be straight, and I don't want to cut any part of him off. So I'm going to cut the candle holder out and reposition it so that it is sitting straight with the ghost at this angle, because I kind of wanted him to be looking up at Santa. So this is this is how my collage is going to, or it's not really a collage, how my prompt is going to look. And so I can and I will start laying these down while my snow is still drying over here. Hopefully it'll get dry enough to put it on. But I can go about the business of putting down my card here and these in my window here. And we'll do the window first. I'm going to use glue stick for that. So let me get my messy stuff out of the way so I have a place to glue. So I'm going to use glue stick for this. And I'm doing that because it is a wrapping paper, so it is thin. And I think I'm going to, bear with me, I'm moving my cord out of the way. Hopefully I won't move the camera. Okay, so let's see about getting this glue on here. And I'm off to the side doing it. Well, you might can see me a little bit, but I'm not necessarily needing for you to see me put glue on the back of this. But that's what I'm doing. Okay. And then I want to make sure that I have it to where I want it. And I think that will be about right. Is that going to be high enough? Yes. That's going to be just about right. Okay. There's a little part of this is torn off right here, so that ghost is going to cover that up where that's torn. And then I'm going to put this about right here. And I can I can go ahead and do that, I believe. Don't believe there's any reason not to. So let's get some art glitter glue on this. I love my little bottle. Gosh, can you even see? Looked shadowy. It's always shadowy. I have a ring. I bought this. I use my phone, and I bought this holder for my phone that has a ring light on it, but it doesn't do anything. It's terrible. I wasted money on it because it was not cheap for a phone holder to video with. But the ring light is just terrible, so I would not recommend it. I can't remember the name now, but I wouldn't recommend this one particularly. Okay, so I'm going to put that right at the bottom here. Just like that. And then this little guy, he's going to go over here. Just like this. He's going to be looking. So I need to cut this. I didn't cut it off when I fussy cut it out because it's his other hand or arm or appendage won't be attached, and so I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it yet until I was ready to put it down because I didn't want it to get lost. So we have this little guy here. And he could just have one arm around, but we're going to give him the other arm. So I need to cut that on out. Found these on the internet. They were a free image. And there were several of them. So he's going to be hanging out around the corner here. And I like that he's looking at you. So that's the next thing that's going down, is this guy right here. And I'm doing that so I won't lose his arm. Although it would be cute, it would still be as cute without that arm, but I think it's kind of a little cuter with the arm. So let's put this down just like that. I've got it positioned so that it doesn't cover up this hole. And you're going to see a little bit of the glue coming through, but it'll dry. Like I said, I don't really like to use glue stick, and this will hold and do just fine. I just try to put a little thin coat. So then we're just going to move this, and hopefully I didn't need to ink this because it's too late now. I could go around it with a marker if I feel like I need to do something. Okay, and maybe I don't. I mean, they are ghosts, so they're not going to be in your face. You should be able to see through them, actually. Okay, so I want this bow on this wreath to look like it is on this part of the sash of the window here. So that's going to be next. We're gluing that down next. I love this wallpaper. I only have, I think I have 2 or 3 more pieces left. I cut up what I had into, into pieces that would just be the window. And I think I only have 2 more left. And so I'm going to hate it when that's gone, because it's really a fun thing to use for different, I make embellishments or a tag or something like that for Christmas journals. I'm saving one for me because I'm going to make myself a journal. Not this year, but next year, I hope. Okay, so this guy is the one that we need to reposition this little candle. So I'm going to cut out the candle holder, and it's got the, so here is, I'm going to lay it right here on the red, and you can see the candle holder right there. And then I'm going to put this ghost the way I'd like for him to be, which is like that. Yeah, I think I'm good without it being inked around, because they're not really going to be, they shouldn't really be that prevalent. But then I'm going to put this back in his hand, but I want it to be straight. So that's why I had to cut that out and reposition it. That's going to work perfectly. So we'll get him down. I just put a little thin. That's why I like this little tiny tip that's on this. It really does. I mean, the one on the glitter glue bottle, the metal tip you can get, is great, but this one is even better. I mean, it really barely, you can just barely make it come out. And I want him to kind of be, looking up at Santa. So I'm going to put him like here. And then I shall put the little candle back in his hand. I thought that was kind of cool, because that makes it seem more Christmassy when there's a candle involved, at least to me. So let's get that down. I'm going to need a pair of pliers. Huh. I'm going to need some tweezers. I just use regular tweezers oftentimes. I have the other kind, but I usually have these so handy that I just use them. So let's put that down straight. Sort of straight. We hope straight. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. Good enough, I say. And there is, he's holding the candle. See? And he's looking at Santa in his workshop. Now, are we dry? Because it's time. It's time for this. It's pretty dry. Ooh, it's pretty dry. The only place it's not is right here where the ghost is going to go. So I'm just going to wipe off the excess of that, because the ghost is going to basically be there. Wipe off the part that's not dry. Okay, pretty dry. We're going for it. So that looks good. I wonder if I needed some along there. Maybe. Let's see if I can just do a light dusting up there. Along there. Just like that. Just so you can see that there's a little bit. And it didn't, I'm going to say it didn't accumulate as much there. Now, before I put the ghost down, do I need to put some around the top of the window? I might should. Excuse me. I have a frog in my throat. Okay, I've got some texture paste now on my scissors. Not a good thing. Okay, got that off. My brush is drier than I was hoping it would be. So let me get a little water here and soften it back up. I have a jar of water. I'm in the main part of my house, so the sink is not too far away, but I mean, like, you know, like right now, I don't want to go to the sink. So I have a jar of water so that when I'm in the middle of something, I can just use that to get things. Oops, just dropped water all over the floor. Okay, so let's see. Now, I can probably put a little, and that needs a little bit more, so that didn't quite do what I wanted it to. So let's get the paste open again. And I'm going to put a little bit more. I'm telling you what, okay, this might be better. I had that light in a different place. See, I have my texture paste over here. I'm going to put a little bit on this. I don't need for it to be a lot, but a little bit more than this was, so I want it to be a little bit better. I could also use an ink. Okay, that's good. That'll be good, because the ghost is going to go right in here, so he'll cover up a good bit of that. I think that'll be enough right there. Now I need to decide. I think I do want to put some across but I don't know if I want it to. Okay, that might work. Just do a little edging like this, just to suggest that there's snow there too, because there should have been snow there, right? At least in my opinion. If it's going to be on the windows, you know it would be on the top of the window. Now I have done this with the texture paste I used on the Christmas, yeah, that's pretty good. On the Christmas ephemera you get from Tim Holtz, the background of that, at least in some years, is the packaging. It looks like it has snow around it. Well, I have used that for snowmen images and all kinds of things like that, and I add extra snow with texture paste and kind of blend it in with whatever image is on there. That looks so good. I just love doing that. Problem is, you got to keep buying the Christmas stuff to get the to get the packaging. That's funny. So it's nice to have the Christmas stuff. I love his stuff, but I don't always buy everything. I would like to, but I just can't. I just gotta be, you know, I just don't need it. I have so much Christmas stuff because, you know what I do after Christmas? I go and buy up all the paper stuff I can find, you know, in various stores. They put them on sale so much in the beginning of the season these days that you don't find as good a deals after the season. But you still can. I still have found some deals. Okay. So we're going to put that right there. Like it. That looks good. I like it. Okay. We're almost done. I have a frog in my throat. I'm so sorry. Okay, and so I'm going to put this ghost on here. So he is actually going to be raised up a little bit, which is good with me. I'm okay with that. So I need to not glue him except right in here. Because if he's going to be just on the roof is going to raise him up, and I'm not going to put any, I could, but I'm not going to put any of the foam things. So do I need to do, yeah, I need to do this whole arm right here. So I've got everything I need except right here. Okay, perfect. I think it's perfect. Okay, yep, I'll do it just like that. And we'll glue him down. I might pop some dots into there. Yeah, I probably need to do that. Okay, let me get those out. Or some foam tape or something. Okay, I have these little dots. Excuse me. My throat will not get clear. Okay, so let me get my other tweezers. My longer tweezers. And let's put some of these under there. Oh, these are not the tweezers I wanted. They'll work. Oh, sorry, hit the camera. Common problem with me. Oh, goodness. I want to go ahead and take this off because it won't be easy to get off once you get this underneath there. So we're going to go ahead and take it off. I hope that's thick enough. Maybe. Yeah, it could be thicker. Could be thicker. But it's what I have. So it's what I'm using. Okay, these I can put on here and then take off the paper. I feel like I have a little bit of a sore throat. I don't know what that's about. I already took that one off. I don't know what that's about. Okay, there we go. Cool. And then I'm going to put one under there. I think it has to be a partial one. This one is not really deep enough. I don't know what the deal is with that, but maybe I need to put another thickness on that. So what I'm going to do, I was talking to myself, I'm sorry. I'm going to cut one in half, and half of it, or a portion of it, it's not really half, it's a little less than half, is going to go right here, right there, and the other piece is going to go on top of the one. Okay, got it. It's going to go on top of this one, or under this one right here, because that's just not thick enough. And now it may be too thick. Nope, that's good. You still see the ridges a little bit of the roof, so I probably should have used something even a little bit thicker even than that, or did 2 layers of that. Let's get this. So I didn't do it on, I did it on a blank one. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit, I may have to take that back off. That's a little bit too thick now, but that's not bad. We'll go with it. Okay, and that is my project for today. Okay, so this is my project for the Halloween meets Christmas. And this could be, I could cut it down a little bit and make it a journaling card. I can make it a page in a book. You know, I can do anything with it. But I kind of like how that looks. And so this is the 5th prompt, and it is December the 11th. So this is my Halloween meets Christmas answer to that prompt. So I thank you for watching. I appreciate all of my subscribers. I appreciate all of my new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. And if you would like to see further videos from me, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you will get further videos from me. If you would like to, please comment. That helps the algorithm, but also lets me know what you think of what I do. So let me know. Leave me a comment, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next December Ember prompt. Thanks for watching. Bye.